Yo, what's going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're talking about some big news coming out of the world of the LCS. Part of it, actually, funnily enough, weirdly enough, or interestingly enough, is involving Disguised Toast. Disguised Toast actually tweeted out the other day, yo, who's the best available NA League of Legends players at the moment thinking of starting a team? And this popped off on Twitter. Obviously, Disguised Toast is a massive content creator and has been for quite some time. I'm trying to see. His team has like 100,000 followers on Twitter. He has 1.6 million followers on Twitter. Actually, this is pretty funny too. I've actually played against Disguised Toast in a solo queue game before. I'm pretty sure I beat him. There is for sure a clip out there of me killing him, which I thought was pretty funny. He's not very good. He was like gold elo or something like that, at least when we played. I don't know what he ever peaked out at, but he was just like a kind of really average, like high silver, low gold player. So it was just funny randomly running into him in one of my games. I saw like Disguised Toast 69 on the other team. It was pretty funny. I got to see the clips. He was actually on Facebook streaming, weirdly enough, but whatever. He was saying this, thinking of starting a team. Some people were like, oh, is he going to buy an LCS team or whatever? No, it ultimately came out. Of course, he's looking to buy an academy team. I can't remember, NaCl team. And this makes perfect sense because as we've heard recently, 3 of the LCS teams are actually going to be forming or fielding an academy team in this coming academy split. That's going to be Team Liquid, Evil Geniuses, and FlyQuest. Other than that, the other 7 teams are not. And of course, you need teams to have an NaCl. There's no NaCl with no teams, so you're going to need 7 more teams to fill in the rest of the slots. Now, I do believe some of those slots have already been filled, like from qualifiers and then the past seasons and blah, blah, blah. I don't really know exactly how it works, but for sure they were going to need some new teams. They were going to need some new blood, and this is a perfect time for Disguised Toast to actually jump in. But we have been baited by content creator teams and stuff like this before. People have been saying like, oh, Mr. Beast is coming, or X or Y or whatever YouTuber, streamer, content creator maybe hints at it, or blah, 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 blah. But it's always talked about the LCS. But I did say previously that it would make more sense for Mr. Beast to start out, or, even guys like Ludwig and Critical or whatever, to start out in the Academy Leagues because it's going to be much cheaper. You can actually get your feet wet in competitive League of Legends. You can start to make connections. You can start to, build a brand and a fan base and all that stuff. And then eventually, still, those LCS slots are going to be available for you, and they're going to be able for you to buy, maybe even much easier, especially as you build up your relationship with Riot and everything. And, guys like Disguised Toast and Ludwig and Critical and all that, they have now relationships with Riot through things like, co-streaming of Valorant and stuff like that. And Disguised Toast, actually, if you go to this which is his team is called Disguised. I don't know why it's not popping up now. But Disguised, like I said, they have 100,000 followers on Twitter, but he actually has a Valorant team already. You can see up here his Valorant team of Steel, Nerve, Ye, Gangsta, and Clear, which is crazy. He has Ye on his Valorant team. That's insane. But also Steel, some very, very high-level players. They've been doing some cool things in the Valorant scene already. So now him coming to the LCS, not super shocking, or at least the fact that he was trying to or whatever, but this ultimately leads us to the next tweet that says, yeah, oh boy, here I go again, buying an esports team, thrilled to be a part of the LCS ecosystem. We'll be trying our best to bring some excitement to the scene. I tweeted out something that was like, it's kind of hilarious that Disguised is automatically going to be more popular than like half of the LCS teams. Like, I can't even imagine what types of content or, just social media, whatever he's going to try out to build the popularity of his team, but also how many new fans are going to get. Obviously, Disguised Toast has some younger fans. He has some more female audience maybe than the esports scene would be used to as well. He's going to do a lot of good things in terms of demographics and just bring a lot of hype and excitement to this. And it's also obviously going to depend on who he actually feels as a team and everything. I know we had LS, I believe, on the last thread. LS was chiming in, when he asked who the best NA League of Legends players were at the moment. A ton of people were replying LS saying, hey, teamless pro player or academy pro player or amateur. And Papa Smithy comes in and says no free consulting to a potential new rival, which is pretty hilarious. But yes, did ultimately lead us to the fact that, Disguised Toast now has an NaCl team. It's official. We are excited to announce that DSG, with their nice little MS Paint logo, will be participating in the upcoming NA Challenger League for LOL with FlyQuest, Team Liquid, Evil Geniuses, Cincinnati Fear, Wildcard, AOE, Maryville, Supernova, and Team Fish Taco. So yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff. We also had this post from the LCS about some huge updates to the NaCl and how it's going to be running this coming summer. Obviously, there's been a lot of bad news, some doom and gloom and stuff out recently, so it's nice that Riot is actually, putting out some information about it now. So the NaCl will return on June 10th. This is, like 2-3 weeks away. 10 teams competing. We just went over them. The NaCl will feature a 6-week regular season with the top 8 teams qualifying for the playoffs, a double elimination bracket. Everyone loves those, concluding with LAN finals at the Riot Games Arena in Los Angeles. In our commitment to sustainability and in partnership with Rally Cry, NaCl partner revenue sharing will be implemented for the first time ever for all NaCl teams. This is a huge step, and this is also going to further incentivize some of those other content creators and big social media stars and just other organizations to actually get involved in the NaCl, like I was talking about. If there can actually be some kind of revenue sharing, that is going to make it even more possible to be potentially profitable or just make it more financially feasible to actually make money with this thing, because it's just a cheaper version of the LCS. And if you throw in some revenue sharing as well, and you actually bring a fan base to this thing, you can actually directly profit off the revenue sharing. And with revenue sharing, you are directly incentivized to help the viewership and help the performance of the NaCl overall. So it's really a win-win for everyone, which is awesome. There's also going to be NaCl Twitch channel subs that will be enabled with custom Twitch emotes for fans to show their support. The NaCl, aka LCS Challengers, the developmental ecosystem for League of Legends, is back for summer. The NaCl will feature an updated format, a mix of challengers and new faces, revenue sharing teams, blah, blah, blah. So I want to go more so to the revenue sharing part, which I actually think is a little bit more interesting. If they do talk about it. I don't actually think they talk about it, but it is more so involving. Here we go. As a commitment to unlocking additional sustainability for the NaCl, we're working with our NaCl partner Rally Cry to implement revenue sharing with all 10 NaCl teams starting this summer. As part of these efforts, we're enabling Twitch channel subscriptions for fans to show additional support and give them access to custom NaCl Twitch channel emotes drawn by community LOL artist and Jin aficionado Moofy. So that's a huge W. That's a huge win. They're allowing Twitch subs, which, some portion of that money or whatever is going to go to all the teams. I don't know how many subs they're going to get. I don't know how much money is going to be made off Twitch subs, but this does obviously allow for people to subscribe, put their money where their mouth is. It allows them to get Twitch Prime subs, and it's also going to allow them to get gifted subs from, potentially big whales out there who really want to support the NaCl and the Academy ecosystem, whether that be just fans or other big creators or whatever. So that's going to be a huge W. I do think that this is just a start. I hope this is not an end, because esports is supposed to be, the future of sports, and it's supposed to be, technology and digital and all this stuff. Yet they've been using archaic revenue models and revenue strategies and all this stuff, and doing something as simple as turning on Twitch subs and allowing your teams to make money off that. That should have been happening forever. That should be happening in the LCS. That should be happening in the LEC. That should be happening in the LCK, LPL. Now, again, I have no idea how much money they would make. Maybe it would only be pennies. Maybe it would be millions. Who knows? Obviously, Twitch streamers make a lot of money at the very top, and a lot of them make a lot of money off Twitch subs. Who knows? But why not have it as a thing? Why not have it as an option? Why not have it enabled? It would only help the community with emotes and stuff, give people opportunities to support their favorite teams and players and all that stuff. And there's no downside. There's no negative. There's no consequences. So this is one small step in the right direction, but they need to continue to do things like this. Obviously, you see a million ideas over Twitter and Reddit about different ways to monetize these things, and this is what the Riot team should have always been doing, instead of just waiting on sponsors to come or waiting on VC money to come in or doing all this stupid stuff when they have the tools at their fingertips to help not only their NaCl teams, like I'm saying, but the teams at the highest levels make more and more money. And not just to make them make more and more money, make them rich or whatever, to make these actual sustainable business models to actually make sure and ensure that esports has a future in the LCS in North America and around the world. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.